On Flow Sports, we go to our lay of the ladders for Victoria and New South Wales competitions that played on the weekend. A couple of comps didn't play, but interestingly enough, we've got a couple of teams that have played 11 games and haven't lost. The Rock, Yeren Creek in football played in Farrer in New South Wales. Also in Hume football, Osborne are up to 11 wins without a loss. In the Wimmera football, we've got Team Ararat at 10 wins without a loss. Up in Sunraysia, we've got Robinvale Euston 10-1, just the one loss but 10 wins. So some very interesting clubs across our broadcast areas who are going very well at the moment. Let's start in Hume football. Osborne, 44 points. They haven't lost a game out of those 11 starts. And then Holbrook at 34, Howlong 32. It's a CDHBU with 28. Brockburham 24, Roundwell Bundrywalla 24, Jindera 24. So it's a top six. Jindera in 7th place, and so the Bulldogs a chance still of making up the percentage at all wins to get into that top six. Lockhart down on 16, the Billabong Crows at 14, starting to get very difficult to see those sides make the final six in that comp. Heading across to Riverina, Turvey Parker 8-3 at top of the table. This is a very competitive comp this year. Griffith Swans 7-2 and a draw, so that puts them at 30 points behind Turvey Park's 32. Coolaman Rovers up to 28. GGGM Lions 28. Topsy-turvy. These sides are going up and down on a weekly basis. And then the Wagga Tigers 24. The MCUE Goannas 22. And Colin Gully, GP Demons, not out of it with the big Sam Stenning. He's having an absolute purple patch with a lot of goals again on the weekend for Colin Gully. So we've got 7 sides that are right in the hunt for the finals in the Riverina competition, what is a very even comp. Having a look at Farrer and the Rock, Yeren Creek are at 44 points. That's 11 wins from 11 starts. As I said, they are one of the top sides right now in the Australian football, going very well. Northern Jets are at 40 points. They're 10-2, but they've played one extra game than the Rock, Yeren Creek have had a couple of buys. And then we've got the Mara Bombers at 36 and the CSU Bush Pigs are on 24. And there's a top 4 here with East Wagga Coringal 24. Borellan 2 games adrift at 16 and a lot of percentage. So I think that it's a match in 5 there for 4 positions in the Farrer footy competition. We go across now to North Central, and again, one of the sides that is heading up our national leaderboard in terms of wins and loss ratio. Sea Lake Nandali Tigers in North Central are top of the patch there with 11 wins from 11 starts. Another of these terrific sides. So they join the Rock, Yeren Creek and Osborne in that context as the sides that haven't lost games, and Ararat too down in the Wimmera. So Sea Lake Nandali 44, Nullawil second on 28. So 4 games clear are the Tigers at the top. Nullawil's 7-3, Birchip Watcham are 28, 7-4, Donald are 28, 7-3. So it's interesting there because that's a top 4. Then you go down to Witcherproof 26, so they're just that half game away, but percentage could be an issue. And then Wedderburn down at 16. So a top 4, 5 sides fighting it out there in North Central Senior Football. The Wimmera Football has Ararat, as mentioned, 10 and zip. They're at 40 points. Saints 36. Southern Mallee Giants 32. So they've dropped a game behind the Saints, the Giants. But Dimboola are at the same points, 32. So they're in 4th, and it's a top 5, so the best 3 get the double chance. Dimboola 32. Minyat Matoa clinging to that 5th spot with 24, but they've easily beaten Stawell in 6th spot, who are 16. So I think that one is decided, the top 5 in Wimmera. Into the Horsham District, no change from last week. Harrow Balmoral joined those sides. The Horsham District side are 11-0, so again, another one undefeated for the season. What a wonderful effort from the Kangaroos. 44 in Horsham District. Jeparat Rainbow Storm 36. They will be a top 2 unless a upset happens in the final rounds. Narradial Quanton can press, but the percentage is pretty great, nearly 40% between them and Jeparat Rainbow. So they'd have to see Jeparat Rainbow drop a couple of games and win all of their games in the context of the finish to the season. So I think Jeparat Rainbow can hold a top 2, which is important for the double chance. And then Edenab Apsley 28, Rapanyup 26, Swifts 24, and then Kaniva Leor 20. And Natimak at 18. Still a chance for finals, but you'd reckon a top 6 there the seventh side, the Cougars, can either or try and unseed the Swifts in that competition. We move across now into the Sunraysia. Robinvale Euston are 10-1. That's 40 points. And then Mildura 32, Irimple 32, Wentworth 24, joined by Redcliffe's 24, Oden United 20, and Merbeen 12. Merbeen now out of it, I think. I don't think they can get there. So I reckon Oden United at 20. They've got to win virtually most of their games from here on in. But Redcliffe's at 24, but percentage could be the issue with Wentworth in fourth place on 24 and plenty of percentage. So it's a couple of games adrift for the sides in real terms. So a tough one to unseed the top four in that comp. Millawa football, Bamble, they're at 8-2 and 32 points, Golgol 32 and Cardross 32. So those three sides are the top three. Then Nanjalok on 16 and then you drop to Werrimal on 8. So I think the top four is decided there. And in Sunraysia Women's and Millawa competition here for the women's, Werrimal are 8, Cardross are 6-2, and then Bamble are 4-4, Golgol 2-6, and Moringa are 0-8, yet to make a win in that competition. So that is a look at our lay of the ladders. Plenty of activity and action happening across our sporting fields over this last week, and looking forward to this weekend.